My name is Yoshihiro. I'm going to talk about how to exploit constant pool with Merl. The problem statement is if you have a large amount of state or data in Erlang application, how can you deal with it? A couple of things we can do, or we tend to do. One thing is we can store the data to a table and read the data when it's necessary. But the cost of reading is pretty high, so it's not always ideal. And then we tend to use a process pool, but still there are some costs involved using process pool. And then so one thing we can do is using constant pool. The Erlang term literal can be stored into module, and then the benefit of using constant pool is there is no copy when we read the data from constant pool, and then it's globally accessible. And then the official document is also available, so I recommend reading it if you are interested, because there is some caveats about using it. And then about Merl. Merl is meta programming library. I think introduced into Erlang about 2 years ago, and then it's very expressive, and then we can turn some structured data into module dynamically. And then this is our use case, but we have a large set of DSL rules, and then we are turning those about 4,000 rules into expressed in terms of external DSL into a module. So we are running about 4,000 modules dynamically created, and then in production system. And then those modules or those rules can be updated from time to time, not so frequently, but it still works. And then the example of using Merl is probably REDTL is probably the famous one, but it's a little bit complicated. So I wrote a small example, toy calculator example, and then this is how it looks like. This is a small DSL that can express some mathematical formula, and then you can take this as a string, and it's like this. You can take some DSL string and then tokenize it and then pass it. And then this is what it's doing is it's compiling that pass tree into module. So this is a module name given to the compile function. And then at this moment, this data suddenly becomes code. And then we can call the module, or the function of the module just we created. So this is how we operating our DSL. And then that's pretty much it. Thank you.